Welcome to day 19 of our 40 Days of Strangers on the Way. Today's story is one of those where someone shows up at exactly the right time. I'm very excited to introduce you to Trisha, a comfort in chaos, the power of presence. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Romans chapter 8, verse 28. As I stopped to turn left into my apartment complex one winter night, a car slammed into me. I screamed as the sudden sound of crushing metal pushed my car to the opposite lane. Then a stop. Everything seemed to halt. I slowly realized I had been hit. I pulled into a driveway, opened my driver's side door, and stood up. Lauren? At the same instant, another car drove by with the window rolled down, and I noticed a familiar curly-haired, smiling face. Trisha? Trisha! My dear friend and old colleague just happened to be driving by. She pulled over and gave me a big hug. Are you okay? She asked. Yes, I replied. We walked over to the driver of the blue Volkswagen, a young teenage boy. He was outside his car in a shirt and shorts, leaning face down on a frame. His arms stretched across his forehead, safe but discouraged. A tear rolled down his cheek. He had just left high school basketball practice and was driving home. He glanced down and hadn't seen my car stop. I'm so sorry, he said to me. The next 15 minutes led to the most beautiful encounter I've ever witnessed. Trisha, whose heart felt such compassion for this boy, checked in with him, kept him distracted with sweet questions while the police filed an accident report, and prayed for him. She hugged him 3 or 4 times. It was literally like Jesus walked on the scene. Sorry, I'm probably annoying you with questions, Trisha said at one point. No, the boy whispered and glanced up to her. You are the kindest person I've ever known. A few minutes later, we wrapped everything up with the police. Everyone hugged everyone, and we went our separate ways. The next morning, I woke up with a sore body and a little bit of fear. I journaled and asked God what I could learn from the situation. God doesn't cause accidents, but he's always speaking to us, so I figured there was something he'd want to say about this. I didn't really sense anything from him, so I continued to journal. I told him that I was so grateful Trisha was there and that everyone was safe. I also told him that it was scary. I was grateful, but the experience shook me. Finally, I wrote, God, can you please help me receive your love in this? Across the kitchen counter, my phone instantly buzzed. Uncle Danny flashed on the screen. My uncle, who is like a dad to me, heard about the accident from my mom and called to check on me. He made sure I was okay and walked me through the insurance process. It was like Jesus walked on the scene once again. Then another friend texted to check in with me, and then my mom checked in with me again. She texted, God told me to call Uncle Danny when I was on my walk because he said you needed a daddy right now. When I read that, I lost it. I sobbed. Tears rolled down my cheeks faster than I could wipe them away. I did need a dad, and God weaved everything together so that one would be there for me. And he weaved everything together so that there would be a mom for the teenage boy last night. God really is a comforter. When the wreckage comes into our lives, God is ready to welcome us with open arms. Let's wonder. What areas in your life are in need of comfort? Are there people in your life in need of comfort in this season? What areas of your life are in need of comfort? Are there people in your life in need of comfort in this season? And then let's activate. I don't know what you're going through today. Life may be great. It may be hard. You may be in the valley. You may be on the mountaintop. Regardless of your situation, I invite you to pray one simple prayer today. God, help me receive your love. God, help me receive your love. And then let's yield. Keep your eyes open throughout the day and this week. Notice who God places around you. Notice nature. Notice what happens when you read the Bible. The most amazing part of God is that he is love, so there's always more coming to us. Love is an abundant resource. In every circumstance, in every situation, in everything, let him love you today. All you have to do is ask.